So I've seen there have been a lot of posts about the reaction to the Beyonce video, as well as a lot of hype and hoopla behind her new song releasing. So today I decided I would give it a spin. I will tell you in advance, you're not going to catch, obviously on my podcast, it's not like you can see my reactions to the video or anything of that sort, but I'm kind of going to give an assessment of the song from the things that I've listened to and learned from it. And also just kind of break down what the message was supposed to be, but how it got presented in the wrong manner. Because one of my friends actually listened to it, and I read what she talked about, and then I looked at it. And anybody that knows me knows when I go into viewing videos or listening to songs, I have no care about how I feel about it, number one. But number two, I make sure that I'm listening with the right mindset. Hang on one second, y'all. All right, that's much better. I'm like, feeling like I'm about to have a hunch in my neck trying to reach down for this microphone. I really will admit that I did something with this that I haven't done in a while. With the song / video, is I played it I was watching on my TV, on YouTube or whatever, and I pulled it up and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the video, trying to put it all together, and I'm like, I'm confused. What's going on? What, hello? Oh, all right, sweet, nice. End of the video, had no idea what I watched. Gonna tell it like it is. As an unbiased, non-judgmental music snob / fan of listening to random genres of music, anybody who knows me knows what I mean. I went into this as open-minded as I could, and I gave it all the shots that I could and just watching the video. So what I did was push it over to my group, to the cool kids, as I call them, or as we call ourselves, and we all gave a lot of feedback. And one of the things somebody said was, go back and just listen to the song. So I thought about it, and I was like, that means I gotta just listen, just know, like, let the video play, but don't look at the video, do something else. It was like, okay, shouldn't be hard. Initially, I wanted to go cheat code route, since I've gotten this new speaker. I'm gonna possibly be doing a review on that soon, and matter of fact, I may do that in my next grab bag post, which will be next week, or rather this week, in regards to some new things that I've picked up, and kind of go over that whole story. But anyway, I would have played it through those and just let it play, and then I probably would have been able to give a better assessment of the song. But I mean, I still listened to it on my TV, and it still turned out fine. After going back and listening to the song, and I'm probably going to expose what a lot of people may or may not have realized, and I truly had to just pick up on it. Now, I'm not sure, I didn't listen to, if my memory serves me correct, she was saying her father was from Alabama, her mother was from Louisiana. And she just wanted the video itself was portrayed to be presented like in a dedication to her mother. That's my personal interpretation. Agree with it, disagree with it, personal choice, not judging, not knocking. That's what makes music such a conversation piece. Because there are those who are going to love it and enjoy it, and then there are those who are going to just say it's the worst thing in the world. I think, and I really just want to say this because it's going to be the elephant in the room and pointing out the obvious, we've done what I didn't expect we would do, and that is we've carried the word slay over into 2016. I guess it was expected because it kind of came on the tail end of the year, so I was hoping it wouldn't carry, but of course Beyonce brings it in, so it's in and it's stuck. So everybody's going to be slaying it for the next few months, which is fine. You have to know and expect anything but the unexpected with her and her music. And this song literally was no exception. But one of the things that my friends brought up as well, and after I went back and listened to the song, it made sense. she was tackling a lot of conversation pieces or topics that we don't want to talk about, but she put a lot of it in one video. And that's where music goes past you, but it hits you. Yeah, that's an odd way of saying it, but it's also the truth if you really go back and look at what she was saying and how she presented it. Before I go any further, I'm going to take a moment because I really do want to put this out there. To my big sis, might as well say we're what, a few weeks apart. Kim, thank you. I've literally loved the feedback and suggestions you've been providing. I'm actually using it in this podcast. I'm hoping it will work. I'm going to do it as a test run and see how it goes when I actually see it live and online or whatever. And if it goes as I expected, then I might actually start doing that. And those of you who are listening are probably like, what are you talking about? If you go and look at my brief quote unquote description for this for this podcast, still trying to learn podcast blog. For this podcast, what I've done is I'm actually starting to use the usage of social media, the pounds, and no, I'm just kidding, the hashtags and the trends that I'm discussing in this, so that it can kind of hit a little bit of traffic and possibly call some attention. So if you get somebody and this is just from gathering with talking to her and just in general, if you get someone to get attention on one thing, then they'll come back for more. And that's kind of my goal. Even if it comes down to coming back and just going back to listen to old podcasts, I'm all for that as well. I truly am just having fun with these and just kind of putting it out there. But this was one that I thought about it and I was like, wait, I haven't done, because I missed the pod. I only did 2 podcasts last week, and my bad, my fault. I apologize. Human error. Things happen. Life moves. A lot of stuff was going on, but things happen the way they do. So today, to kind of make up for it, I'll be doing 2. This is the first one. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing one before I figure out what I plan on doing for Super Bowl, because I still haven't planned anything. And it probably will come down to where I don't expect it to be, but I still think I'm going to have a good time. So it's just a matter of if I go by myself or if I get some people to hang out. So we'll see when we cross that bridge. But anyway, the biggest thing that stood out to me in listening to the song was how she presented where her parents were from and what it generated as far as her way and how she does things. And then as an added bonus, and I think her and a lot of other artists are tired of it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I guess I don't pay any attention or take it personal when folks do it. We gotta stop referring to videos in an Illuminati based environment. If you really want to sit and be dainty and technical about it, there are things that we as people do ourselves that we may not even realize could be considered as Illuminati. But that's very just unnecessary and irrelevant. I'm not going to go into that topic because I don't have anybody who knows me, and I'm going to be very transparent in what I'm about to say. Anybody who knows me will confirm that I am a person who believes if I don't know something about something, or if I don't have knowledge about something, if I don't have knowledge about a certain piece of information, I won't jump into it like I know what I'm talking about. Because if I do, I'd be lying to myself. But the main objective or the main goal is just, we have to stop doing this. Like, if we really sit down and break down every single video and every single song, and the thing that I think what gets to me the most when I hear YouTubers or social mediaites, however you want to term the word, my socialites, that's the term, sorry. Socialites use their social media sources to badmouth and present why this song is considered to be such a controversial or conflicting video, and here's some things that they're doing wrong, and this is why this doesn't look right and that doesn't look right. But yet that video gets over 100 million views. I'm sorry, let me repeat that number. 100 million views. I think between all of the stuff that I've posted on YouTube, I'd be lucky if I got 2,000 views total. So for somebody to get 100 million views on one song, you're doing pretty good. Not even gonna lie. And that's even on the basis of we have, because you got Beyonce. I can think back, and every time I look at the video every so often, it's an interesting video, but it's broken down so people break it down so thorough and it's so aggro that it's just unnecessary. The Snoop, Pharrell, and Stevie Wonder video, Los Angeles, they broke that video down to ways that I just was sitting there like, okay, are we just not acknowledging the fact that they just do things different in Los Angeles because that's how California rolls? That was the main point. It was just a video that took it to a different level. And as an added bonus, and I'm going to say this because I really feel like we need to discuss this and point it out. Not all moments, like videos are going to be presented. When a video is seen, the video is going to give you interpretations, analytics, feedback, discussion, whatever. But if you pull the video away and just listen to the song, are you going to notice Illuminati in the song? Think about that. Just really, really and truly think about that. Are you really going to see or notice things that are presented visually by listening to a song? You can do it on the other side, and the other side referring to if you listen to a book. Like some people do audiobooks, and I feel like I've called myself claiming this is what I'm going to do this year, and I'm in limbo about it, and I'm still contemplating my brain over how that's going to work out. But I want to start listening to books. The thing is, when you listen to a book, you're listening to the book with the intent of telling the story. When you listen to a song, there are very few times that people listen to a song and can put the video in their head or put the story as to what the video would portray. Because the truth is, most artists don't do videos for every song. Let's go back and really chip at this for a second. And I'm kind of jumping away from the Beyonce video, but it's kind of blending in to make a point in a sense. If you go back and look at a lot of Missy Elliott videos, her videos were so out of the box that they made absolutely no sense to some people. But everybody who messed with and got down with Beyonce or Missy Elliott or Busta Rhymes, all those artists who did those odd out the box videos, not Beyonce, because her videos at one point were she balanced her flow with videos. I'm gonna say that. That's just my honest opinion. The difference too is, and I'm gonna chip at this before I forget, what makes Beyonce a different artist that some of us fail to realize is that she can bring out an album. Album might have 14 songs. There's a good chance that 90% of those songs are going to have a video. And she makes sure she produces the videos in advance, or has the videos prepped and ready to go as it all comes together. So, I mean, this was one of those, Beyonce on the internet, broke the internet, blah, 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 blah. My personal suggestion, and I'm saying this to anybody who's a music snob or a music critic or may or may not have a feelings towards music or artists or whatever the case may be, go back, listen to the song. Or if you want to be the dainty type, go back and watch the video. Watch the video, get your interpretation, look at everything, give the visual, put an eye to the sight of what you're seeing. All for it. Then go back, let the video play, but don't look at the video. And I know that's like, well, how can you do that? It's doable. If you're on your phone, turn the phone over. That's my best suggestion. But as a backup, if you're watching it, say through Chromecast, Apple TV, whatever device you have that hooks up to your TV itself, let the video play, or your Xbox, whatever. Just let the video play, but don't look at the video. And you'll really get a better understanding of a lot of the discussion and a lot of what she was really saying and going into in the song. And I feel like that was the main goal or objective that we missed, because we, as she says, we catch the video and we're like, oh, she did this and she said that. Like, they're going to break down the fact that she wore Gucci and was in a swimming pool that didn't have water in it. It's going to be the most dumbest analytical things that just people need to not pay attention to. That was just like the internet didn't waste any time. As soon as they put the Red Lobster reference in the video, somebody posted something about Red Lobster. Like, if you ain't taking the Red Lobster, you can forget it or something like that. I don't know. My social media knowledge is so like up in the air. Some days I get it, other days I miss the plane. I'm human. Sorry. Don't judge. My bad. But I really and truly just want people to really spend that moment and just listen to the song. And something else that somebody brought up, well, two things that I've had, and I'm gonna make sure I get both of these. Number one, we really acknowledge a lot of things that Beyonce does wrong, but we didn't acknowledge one of the things that she's been actually handling well that nobody's been talking about in the media. You've seen images and you've seen discussion, and they've had talk about Blue Ivy, and she's literally been like, in this video, they actually had her in had her hair natural. And one of my friends, my sis here, might as well my anonymous twin, she pointed it out, and it was a valid assessment of it. Actually was a good way of presenting the natural look and how she's handling hair. She's not having her out permed out, rocking out, going hard in the paint and all that stuff. Tell you now, I'm saying this because I'm going to say it because I'm just me. Put a kid in the lace front and watch what happens. Try me. Wanna? Try me twice. Try me. Just, I will go in and literally spend the whole podcast talking about hair and fails. Just gonna say it because I can. But anyway, there was that piece of it. And the second piece mainly discussed how she's doing what we didn't expect. And that's keeping us focused on her as her music is still releasing and still being produced and addressed. And as an added bonus, she brought this song out at a good time. What's today? Super Bowl Sunday. Who's performing at the halftime show? Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. They're gonna have, and I'm still, and I don't want to jump too far ahead of myself, and I'm gonna jump on this since I guess this is considered to be my music podcast. I am really looking forward to seeing Lady Gaga perform the national anthem, because I'm not knocking away or pushing away from the fact that she can sing. It's just we ain't heard from her since she had any crazy murmur, blind, trick 'em up moments. So it's going to be intriguing to see how all this comes together. But I truly am glad that Beyonce did this video or did this song. I know that's kind of weird to say because it's one of those things where it's like, all right, here we go. What's she going to talk about now? But then in the same token, you listen to it. It's like, it's not a bad song. Just have to listen to it and not get caught up in the wrong pieces of it. Final comparison, and then I'm going to shut it down. Beyonce's video triggered and hit a lot of nerves and made a lot of conversation. When MIA brought out her video a few months ago, didn't get the same traction. Why? Something to think about. I know I'm leaving you all these something to think about, so things that make your mind wonder a little bit, but that's something that I really want to put out there because I really remember when MIA's video, like a friend of mine was like, yo, you got to check out Borders. I'm like, okay, let me go check Borders out. And I'm looking at Borders and I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. I loved the video, but I saw, and it was a piece of it where, and I'm talking about this now because it's, it's gone and done, but it's still relevant to the story. She wore a Fly Emirates. I'm sorry. She wore a Paris Saint Germany soccer kit, and instead of her saying Fly Emirates on the front, which is their logo or their brand or their sponsorship, she put Fly Pirates, and the soccer community went bananas. Like, why would she do such a thing and destroy it? And I'm sitting here like, stop. Let's come back to the main thing. You didn't pay attention to the topics or the issues that she was talking about that are going on worldwide that we don't like to get into. And she just put it in the video like it was nothing. But because she put on a soccer kit that had a lot of major friction behind it, we want to get in our feelings. Shows where our priorities are. Just saying. So I'm harping on this. I'm emphasizing it, and I'm going to say it again. And I really want my listeners who are listening or will be listening to pick up on one thing. Yes, the video is weird. Yes, it's different. Yeah, she's jumped out of her box a little bit and going to this whole rap scene. And I think that was my other point that I really wanted to jump into, is that okay, I'm going to jump on the rap part because I'm kind of ping-ponging this. I want to make sure I cap this off and get it right. Before I do the rap part, the first thing I want to say is, with a lot of her songs, with a lot of Beyonce songs, it's a habit, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it. They'll listen to the song the first time and they're like, okay, I don't really like it. Then listen to it again, it's like, oh, it's not that bad. What makes or breaks a lot of music is the replay value. It's the same with video games. You can pick up a video game the first time, play it, have no idea what you're doing, hate the game, want to take it back. But then you take it back and you're like, I wonder if I really would have enjoyed that game. That's why I usually, if I buy a game, my intention of buying it is to keep it. That's just me. That's my personal preference. Don't judge. Let it be what it is. Anyways, when we listen to a lot of her music, we listen and we're like, okay, yeah, it's all right. But then after you give it a second listen or a third listen, or you give it time to, I want to say grow on you, but just blend into your routine where you actually can like the song, then it doesn't become as bad as we initially think it out to be. I'm still supposed to be, one of my projects is I'm supposed to be doing Rihanna's album, and I will be working to listen to that and give a review on her album. I'm in the midst of Monica's album, and I also have Tank's album I need to listen to. So those are albums that I'm looking to have reviewed and prepared to discuss in my next music podcast. I can't say it's going to be this week because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just telling you like it is. But there's that aspect that, and I'm making sure I don't forget. There's that aspect of her where it's she's, you got to listen, get a feel for it, get a love, get a taste for it. Then there's the other side where we look at, we're used to Beyonce singing. We all know Beyonce can sing. She can, as most of us who urbanly expose ourselves, she can sing. Oh my gosh, she can so sing with a bunch of A's. But then when she flips it a little bit, it's a little different because you're not used to Beyonce as a rapper. Because Beyonce doesn't rap, but she tries, and it's okay. That's my best way to describe it. It comes back to that whole growing you an adjustment. Best example I can give, best point, I'm going to wind this down because I really want to make sure I don't miss any points with this, is Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj first came out, she did the underground bit. She was a rapper. It was clear. It was obvious she was going to rap. She did the rap bit for a while, and it was like, okay, it's working. Then we're like, no, it's not working. We need to do something different. She went pop, and now her, gosh, I don't even want to use this term. Her Barbies have like adjusted and gone into the pop realm of understanding. And the key too for her is by going pop, you get a different demographic, but you also still can keep your listeners who are a fan. If you're a fan of a person, you're going to be a fan of the person or the fan of the performer. Let me rephrase it. A fan of the performer. You may not like the performances, but you're a fan of the performer. I know that was like real techie and nerdy the way I said that, but I really want to make sure we understand as listeners and as viewers, there are going to be times that we're going to like songs, but we may not like the artist, or we may like the artist and think their songs are just pure crap. You can take, I'll give you the best way. This is the best way I'm going to say it, and I'm going to leave it alone. Jill Scott. She's neo soul. She breaks out of the box. She does R&B. She kills it. If Jill Scott brought out a mixtape, we would be confused. If she brought out a mixtape that was actually had rap or actual rappers in it, I'm not talking about Common. I'm not talking about like somebody basic. I'm talking about like she done found a way to put 50 Cent on the video or on the song. I would be confused just a little bit. So that's where I'm at with that. But I want to go ahead and cap this off by just letting you all know, if you have not heard the song, give it a spin. I'm not going to sit here and say you're going to love it. I'm not going to say it's going to be on repeat in your car or any of that. No, you're not going to get that from this. You're not going to get that from the BT podcast whatsoever. Just telling it like it is. However, listen to it. And if it gives your ear a listen or an enjoyment, give it a chance. If you don't like it, also keep in mind, do not, I repeat, do not watch the video. The video will confuse you as to what you're meant to understand in the song. And it talks about a lot of stuff that I don't even want to use this accent any longer for, but it talks about a lot of stuff that we're afraid to talk about. And that's the main thing of why I really wanted to do this podcast, because I really feel like that's the mark that's being missed in the song and in the presentation. So take those things, build them up, work on them, make it into something nice, do what you want with it, dance with it, roll with it, lean with it, rock with it. I hope y'all enjoy this. I really am loving what this thing does. For those of you who have been listening from day one, thank you. If I get 5 listeners, I'm fine. If I get no listeners, I'm fine. I love doing this. This is one of my first podcasts in a while that I've literally been able to be free and wild. And trust me, more are coming where I'm just not going to care. My 0 cares in the world will be existing. I'm still keeping my non-explicit flow going with these podcasts because I don't have a reason to curse if I don't need to. But I know that's going to change, so don't be surprised. I will let my listeners know that now. I will put the warnings in the hashtags and in the description. But I want you all to know, anyone who has taken time to listen to a podcast or shared a podcast, I truly and honestly thank you. I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I really just am taking that time to really get interactive with my listeners. Because, tell this quick story and then I'm going to drop the mic on this one. You always want to perform, or you always want to do something with the intention of knowing there are a bunch of people listening or there's nobody involved. And that's literally how I treat these. I know everybody is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Well, I don't really post it on Instagram, on my Tumblr, all of my different social media outlets. And they probably see these. And some may comment, some may discuss it, some may not. And I'm okay with that. I just know I'm doing this for a purpose. And I just want to get others to understand that there's a method to my madness. If you do enjoy, like it. If you're not able to get Spreaker on your devices, I do upload these on YouTube. So all of my podcasts that I have been posting are on my YouTube channel. There are a few that when I first started didn't make it, but it looks like it's finally starting to flow together. So thank y'all. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of this Sunday. I'm going to pull off a massive cheat code because I'm getting ready to go to church, get my situation together. And afterwards, I really want to get like a quick blog in a quick podcast up before I go figure out what I'm going to do as far as the Super Bowl. So until next time, this is BT signing out. If you're not already following, Bright82 on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, BTaylor21 on YouTube. Here on Spreaker, it is Silent Assassin B. And I know that is not the best choice of names, but that is what was available at the time when I made this page. So check me out, find me, research, get addicted. I'm also on SoundCloud. I am posting. These do get uploaded on SoundCloud as well. It's also on my Tumblr page, Bright82. So I think those are all my social media outlets that I can present this to. And until next time, this is BT signing out. I'm eventually going to drop the mic. Peace.